What's the crack? What's the bleeding story? How are you all doing? Hope you are doing well, and New Year's bollocks and all that shite. Yeah, look, I'll start with this first. I said to people I'll do a New Year's resolution. I'll give up drink for the month, like, you know what I mean? Day 5. Jeez, I'm finding this hard. I don't know how people do it, and fair fucking play to people that do it. I do anything for a pint. I'd fucking do anything for a pint now, and I'm not messing. I'm on the bleeding tea here. Cheers. Good old cup of tea, but in fairness, it's not a fucking nice cold pint of beer, like, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's shite over and done with. Newcastle, Arsenal, the game. What do you think? I wasn't around. Come here, I was going to do the fan cams, but being honest with you, I had a bit of the flu, so I was just fucking not in the humour. And then after the bleeding thing, I was just there, oh fuck's sake. So, apologies for that, but I am going to do one tomorrow, Friday. So please do check it out. I'll hit the notification and shite like that. So, yeah, check it out. And it'll probably be about 7:30 Friday evening. So, if you're around, please do check it out. And you're more than welcome to come on, have your say. My say now, I'll just get it over and done with. So, I'd rather be listening to people tomorrow rather than me talking shite. But look, we'll talk about the VAR, the referee first. We'll get that out of the way. Yeah, the referee was a bollocks. He put himself in his own fucking corner, really. Put himself in trouble, just throwing yellow cards around here, there and everywhere. Trippier's a muppet, by the way. I hate that prick. Straight over to the ref like this and all. Fucking hell, you little bastard. Anyway, the referee didn't help himself, and he was sort of like a fucking headless chicken, if you want. He was trying to think, right, weigh up the options here. Should I give it? Should I not? I gave that. I shouldn't have gave it. His mind must have been fucking all over the place. But it was bad refereeing, I thought. He sort of got himself in trouble. The VAR situation. Like, in normal play, if we didn't have VAR, the goals I don't think would have been counted. But when you look at them, they're like, short pulling. He nearly pulled the fucking thing off his back. The handball. Yeah, it's a handball. If these are the rules, his back was turned to the referee. The referee probably didn't see it, but he has the option of VAR. A handball's a handball to me. But I'm not letting that dictate my opinion of the game. Because Arsenal in the first 20-25 minutes were fucking brilliant. They were outstanding, I must say. Really good. Really, really good. Just didn't get the goal. And that's fair play. Your man, Pope, whatever the fuck his name is, the Newcastle goalie, fair fucking play to him. He's a very good keeper. He done well. He done really well to keep us out. Does that mean Arsenal lack a top quality finisher? It sort of does. A top quality world class striker probably would have got one or two of them chances that we were creating. But if I would talk world, like a Benzema or whoever, Mbappe or something like that, I'm not saying they're coming to Arsenal. I'm just saying if you were a top class world class striker, you'd be saying, fuck me, these Arsenal players they create would give me a big opportunity to score a lot of goals in the Premier League. I'm not saying Mbappe's coming or anything like that, nothing like that. But you know what I mean. So, was it Eddie's fault? Was it not Eddie's fault? I thought he done okay. He really did do okay. He didn't do bad. I know he didn't score, but he created and held up. He set Xhaka up. But my thinking was, Arteta was sort of like, what do I do now? Okay? How do we go about this, like, towards the end of the game? Like, how do we get a goal? And he takes Ben White off. 100% agree with him. Ben White was fucked. I thought he was about 5-10 minutes. He should have been taken off earlier. And Tomiyasu on. Right decision, my opinion. But what he should have done then was push Zinchenko, pushed him up, and fucking played him in a back three. Tomiyasu, fucking Saliba and Gabriel. Put the three of them in the back three, because Newcastle, they were creating, but they weren't that much of a threat. I don't know how many they had on targets. You know what I mean? But they weren't that fucking crazy threatening the goal. But we could have had fucking more up there. Push it fucking up at them. He didn't do that. people may be saying, oh, why didn't he bring on Vieira? Like, you know, Vieira would have been great. I wouldn't have had a problem with him coming on, but who do you take off? Do you take off Martinelli, Saka? I don't think so, because even if they're having a shit game, the two of them players can create something out of nothing. You have to keep them on. Eddie was doing okay, as I said. You have to keep him on as well. I don't think I would have substituted him for Vieira. The midfield, you know, Odegaard, I thought he played well. He sort of dropped off a bit, alright, but he did do okay, and he's like that. You wouldn't mind him having a free kick, edge of the box from a corner, have him on the end of it. He scored a few like that this season. It just wasn't to be, you know. Let's talk about Arteta. Like, you know, I can understand his frustration. I really do. I understand it. You know, but you can't be behaving like that on the line. Especially as a manager, you can't. You have to keep a cool fucking head, because what happens is the players see the manager's doing that. Oh, bollocks, this is fucking going wrong for us. He's getting frustrated there. You're getting in their heads, and they can't concentrate on the football match and just play the match and try and score a goal. You know, so you can't have that in the line, you know. And Eddie Howe wound him up. Fair play to him, you know what I mean? He doesn't give a bollocks. He's laughing getting out of the Emirates with a draw. 1-1, a team top of the league. Fucking excellent result for Newcastle, you know. So, like, on that, I think Arteta, you know, we should have just tried to keep it fucking cool. Like, he probably wanted to hit fucking Eddie Howe, and that's fair enough, but you can't do it during the match. I know the referee was winding him up. The fourth official was winding him up. You know, I'm not saying that because he's done brilliant this season, but I just think if a Stoke City under Tony Pulis was around, they'd slap Arsenal every time they played them. 100%. Under Mikel Arteta. Because what Tony Pulis is good at, and he's not good at much, but he's fucking good. He used to be able to get under Arsene Wenger's skin, and he'd easily get under Mikel Arteta's skin. And because he's a young manager and he doesn't have that much experience yet, but he's getting there, you know, that's fair enough. That's another day's topic. But, you know, Tony Pulis would fucking slap us, even in the Emirates, because they'd frustrate us. They'd be hitting us all the time. They'd be hitting Martinelli, hitting Saka, hitting, like, you know, Odegaard. Excuse me. But you have to just keep playing the football. Let the refs, I know we don't get fuck all, like, you know, they're out of them. But yeah, that's my sort of thoughts on the game. It's a pity we didn't get the win. I think now that game is a blueprint for other managers how to play us, how to break us down. Like, you know, let's say Newcastle are a great team, but your Man Cities, your Liverpools, your Man Uniteds, it gives them a blueprint saying, right, watch this, the Newcastle game for Arsenal at home. This is how you get to them. Because they look at Martinelli, Saka, Jesus when he's fit, Odegaard, Xhaka, the whole lot of them coming as one. Right, how do you defend this? How do you, like, you know, get rid of this challenge? You go in hard on them, do you, whatever you do. They'll know what to do from now on. So that's why I was sick about the game. I was sick about not winning the game. Obviously, 2 points dropped in my opinion. But it also, we showed them our fucking deck of hands. You know what I mean? Our cards. Oh, that's what's frustrating about them. I was fucking so angry the other night. And I just said I better leave it a day or two to cool down. But anyway, yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. Look, everyone, please do subscribe, like, comment, all that shite. As I said, I'll be doing a live stream tomorrow. Fan cam, call in, sit there, watch, put your camera on, don't put your camera on. Put in comments, whatever you think. You're all welcome. Probably about 7:30, 7. I'll drop it out and keep an eye out on it. Please say a prayer for me to try and fucking keep off this drink. Every little helps. Thanks a million again. Take care and have a good evening. God bless you all.